because we're already running behind. But hello, everyone. Sound check. I hear we are working. I might need to adjust the music volume, but I really don't think that's too much of a problem. There, that should be good. Hello, hi. How is everybody doing? I'm coming off the adrenaline rush of forgetting that we were playing tonight. I thought there was still an hour, and then it wasn't, and so I'm here now. After getting into a shootout with the police on Grand Theft Auto. That was wild. I just saw a picture of something called a tactical javelin, and it's just a normal javelin with a sniper scope.
I,
that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but I love it. The tactical knife is a regular knife with a laser dot scope for better accuracy.
Oh, okay. I may have to introduce you to a thing where a guy made a tactical silenced knife.
I love that. Well,
here's so dumb.
The tactical short bow is just a regular bow with a suppressor on it. And then the tactical longsword with reinforced stock for better handling. Yep. There you go. Posted it for you. Because I still can't get over the tactical javelin for improved accuracy.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah. There are no sponsors, but I'm so happy to be here. And actually, I should actually look in because there is a sponsored one for that new AFK game from the AFK Arena people. I think it's AFK Journey or something. I might sign up for that one. So there might be a sponsor later on. I have to check it because it only just sent the thingy yesterday. And I played AFK Arena and it's pretty fun. So could be worth it. If folks wanted to check out a game, because that company does make good stuff and it doesn't have very gross gotcha stuff for it. Oh, there's more. The knuckle wand, the mage bayonet, the nail wand, the butterfly wand, and the sawed-off short wand.
I need to see these.
I need to just stop looking at them because I want to actually play this game and I'm getting distracted.
Is the mage bayonet just a knife taped to a book?
No, it's a bayonet attached to a wand. For getting up close when you're out of spell slots.
I'm just sitting there. You've got a bunch of wizards. They've been casting. They burned all their spell slots and just fix bayonets, and then they do what wizards do in close combat, which is die pathetically.
Yeah. Also, Wendy's has a 50-piece nugget on their menu now, and it's just a Wendy's bucket.
This is dangerous knowledge.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, how is everybody doing? I hope you're ready to get started, because I sure am.
I think I'm ready.
Also, gross, I just saw something called a glizzy latte. That is very much exactly what it sounds like.
I do not wish to be enlightened.
Wait, did they top? Sound. I have to remember sound. Okay. It looked like they topped. Oh, they topped it with mayonnaise.
What the fuck?
It's chopped up hot dog made into the latte, whipped cream, the Kewpie mayonnaise drizzle, and then they stick another hot dog in as the straw. I could have gone my whole life without knowing this existed. But now that I saw it, you have to see it too.
Shay,
hi.
Listen to sounds. Can you check the?
What am I checking?
I just need to hear for sound for you.
We're just doing sound check. Hi, how you
Oh,
doing?
hi, hello.
Oh, that actually looks appetizing. Sorry.
You see,
Stop.
in the context of Shay having just talked, you saying, "Oh, that actually looks appetizing," is just hilarious.
My wife always looks appetizing, first of all. But no,
Yes.
this was a fried rice omelet, and that
Okay.
yeah,
It
I'll
sounds
post this one, but the other one is an abomination.
okay. The other one should have. Yes, the other one is an offense to God. The other one is an offense to all things. The other one is such a horrible thing that the devil's going, "The fuck is wrong with you, man?"
Mm.
Either that or looking to promote whoever came up with it into management.
Also, that's just foul too. I don't know why I'm going down this rabbit hole. There, it's a party where it's a clean toilet. I'm hoping, filled with ice cream, and then you push the flush button, and like a cherry syrup comes out over top it, and then people are just scooping out.
Yeah, that's
I hope it's clean. I hope it's
if
clean.
it
You know
probably
not
is.
clean.
It's also a thing that was done. There's literally a restaurant themed around that in Japan.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
I'd rather go to the Muscle Mommy bar, where
Me too.
you just pay them to bully you the whole time. Anyways, hi, let's get started. Oh, Dugler, I have a picture to send you as well.
Picture to send me.
Yeah, I just remembered that I saw these earlier. You know, in honor of Monster Prom 4 coming.
Let's see.
There's one. And
That is one.
two.
That is two. Very nice.
Yep. See? Okay, Shay, take us away.
Hello, everybody. I am Shay the Fae here on Twitch and Partywake Games. I am also going to be the Dreamweaver or Storyteller or Dungeon Mistress for this game of Change Stars, created by one of our very close friends. This is a homebrew campaign of that system, in which the exploration team discovers a new world with primitive life on it. That being said, I would like to introduce my players. So players, please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and something you remember from last session.
Hi, I'm Rendis. I'm going to be playing Rendis. She's a scientist, a diplomat, and probably had a lot of sex last session. That's what I remember. There was a whole trial, and our good friend got accepted into the honor guard, and she probably also had a lot of sex. Proud of her. We also learned that there was a really bad storm coming, and people are in danger, so that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to fly through said storm.
Well, technically, Fire's gonna have to fly through that. We just have to be buckled in.
Yep. All right, everybody, roll for motion sickness.
Roll them up.
You have to redo the page anyways, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
You guys don't need to worry at all.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. You're worried.
I am. I very much am. Also, hi, I'm John, also known as Captain Carrion, and I'll be playing the resident Jarhead dog.
Duke.
This is probably not going to be the worst flight he's had, because at least he's not being shot at while in the shuttle. Actually, I can guarantee you it's not going to be the worst flight he's had, because the person flying the shuttle isn't deliberately trying to crash it this time.
That's true.
Yeah, that didn't go well. Dougler?
Hello, I am Duke93. I play games, I do art, I am here.
Yeah.
You can find me on my own channel, twitch.tv/Duke93, where I will sporadically stream. I got a new drawing tablet, so we're going to be doing more drawing streams once I get everything fully set up. And from last time, so we did get Celios up to the observation, like the balcony area, and she got to do her flight in on the glider, which is pretty cool. She was chosen. Better. And we're going to have to teach her how to make a shock staff out of materials from the planet. Yeah, it's
Particularly
much of the
materials
time,
they can
so.
refine.
All right. So I feel like first for this session, as the scene opens, we don't quite open on our players, but we see Alonso first, and he appears to be in a training room of some sort, and every few seconds a new target pops up, which he immediately fires at. And as he moves through this room, ducking down and popping up to hit these targets, by the time it finishes, he starts taking stock of his surroundings and how much he had used. And on a little scoreboard, there's a 99% that shows up, and a voice speaks out and says, "Very good, nearly perfect." And without looking up, he says, "Nearly perfect isn't good enough. Run it again." And the scene will transition from there. And as the camera moves through space in the system, it falls on Miq'to, the planet. And when the scene cuts to you all had, and correct me before, but you all had gone to inform both the had gone to inform Ralta, the queen, that you were going to be braving the storm for your location. Is that right?
I do believe
Yep.
so.
Okay. So, for the sake of brevity, you bring this information, and she says, "Very well. Do you require assistance?"
I don't think so, but maybe having somebody who knows the area would be helpful. What do you think?
It's combat. Extra hands are always good. By looks the dog that he is the security
Designated
expert.
security specialist.
But they might not be equipped to handle anything that might have escaped containment. Not really. The problem is I don't know what we're going up against.
Well, they mentioned lights on the horizon.
Lights on the horizon. Well, we know there's lots of stuff on this planet that lights up, but how much of it would be moving? How much of it would be moving during this storm?
Hmm.
What worries me is that it could be some of our lovely, our lovely little, uh, fascisti not friends.
Hmm. Yeah.
How soon do you expect to be back?
Not sure, honestly. It could end up being a serious problem.
If it is going to be serious, then I will send Tasra. And uh, her daughter kind of like glances to her and says, "My queen, are you sure?" And she says, "Yes. We have time before we have to mobilize. If you do not return in time, I will handle it." And if this truly is serious, you have worked with them before. They will take your aid. And she gives a nod and will step forward. You may take a small retinue. I wish the best of luck in this storm.
Well, I hope your people stay safe while we are gone as well.
She gives a nod as you all are dismissed. And before too long, um, the current eldest, Tasra, will meet up with you, and she has a few of her own guards with her. And says, "I am ready to depart. How are we traveling?"
By a shuttle.
You are in luck. You're going to enjoy this.
Hmm.
Your whole retinue is going to enjoy this quite a bit.
So I'm going to be giving
My
everyone
second-
out.
My second ride on one of these things. I will inform my crew, my guards.
Good. Good to hear.
So once they're already, Fire's going to lead the way to the shuttle. It's like,
Okay.
when we get in there, you're going to sit down and be buckled up. And we're going to get there fast.
As you are making your way there, out in the rain, you see that they all have their sails extended and are lit up, probably as a method to ensure that they can see one another. They do offer some of their glowy glitter back mounts for the trip, so you're all not just walking, but you make your way there. The wind does whip up occasionally, and while it's not as bad as it was initially, it's still fairly stormy. But once at the shuttle, you all are able to get inside, and I'm assuming you take a moment to make sure that everyone is secured.
Fire's relying on the Dr. Rindis and Dog to do that. They're doing the pre.
Yeah, I was gonna. Brindis is doing the pre-flight.
Yeah, dog knows. He's basically doing the version that he used to give for combat drops. Because we're going to be going, the situation's going to be rough. We're going to be having to do the equivalent of evasive action. This is how you get yourself strapped in a way that it will both keep you exactly where you are and you can get out quickly if you need to.
Rindis is just doing all of the flight attendant motions the whole time.
Mhm. There's exactly one entrance and exit from this vehicle. It is in the back. Theoretically, the canopy can be removed if we must, but leave that to the pilot. If we crash, here is the appropriate position to not die. This is gonna be a rough flight. You will find vomit bags underneath each of your seats. Your cushion can be used as a flotation device.
They can. They're amphibious. They can just swim.
Yes,
You know what? It's
they'll
fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Hey, go ahead and give me a communications with a +3 for Indus.
communicate with +3 for Rindis. Definitely should have let Rindis roll this one.
Ah, you got this, buddy.
I feel like this is appropriate for you.
Yeah. I'm pushing that. I'm pushing that.
There you
Okay.
go.
One
All right.
success.
So you
all you
give them
need.
this rundown, and while they've never had a flight drop before, these are as part of their warrior culture, they recognize when there's someone who knows what they're doing, and they at Tashra's inclination, they do pay close attention. So, with that all said, and everybody strapped in, what do you all do from here?
Doc, I'm gonna need you in the co-pilot seat, managing the readouts for me.
I'll just stay back here with all of these lovely warrior women.
Thought he
Co-pilot seat now.
Fuck. Okay. Rindis moves up to the cockpit and sits down.
Dogs. Yo, he's probably in the one closest to the. He is effectively treating this as preparing for a combat drop. So he's in. In this case, he's the one most used to that. So he's preparing to take point.
Their warrior women look to you in a promise for after combat rewards. So, Buyer,
Yes.
I believe you are going to need to make a piloting check. But do you take off? What do you do? What are you all doing? What is your plan? Why is Rindis in the co-pilot seat?
Brennis is in the co-pilot seat, so she can read off any the sensor readings that might be
I
might
can do
indicate
that.
sudden changes of wind, and if there's going to be a sudden clear spot, just basically help Buyer find the path of least resistance on the way.
Okie dokie. Rindis, go ahead and make a systems check, and Buyer, I'm going to need a piloting check.
Systems check. Not this kind of scientist, but let's fucking go.
Hey, you're rolling more than 2 dice, so you're beating dog on that.
Technically. No, different kind of navigate. Okay. Red tape doesn't apply here. Systems check. I'm technically rolling quite a few just because of cognition. But I have one in systems. That's fine.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. 2 successes and no failures.
I
Ah.
also have a talent that might help with this as well. They got all she got. But you not press the limit of any vehicles you're driving, handling thrust modifier is considered +1 higher. And success on navigation tests takes you 2 EQs rather than 1.
Nice.
Okay.
Just gonna double check, see if I get anything from the shuttle. And so operate. 2+1. 4 successes.
Okay. So you take off, and in that moment, as you begin to fly through the air, these Miq'tos, most of them look fairly uncomfortable, or nervous. But as you're flying through, up into the atmosphere, visibility is terrible. There is rain all over your windshield. And not only that, it is the weather and buffeting make it difficult for you to maintain a smooth ride. However, Rendis, you're able to monitor these systems and assist Bayer in avoiding some of the heavier stormy patches, anything that might knock you out of the sky. With that extra bonus, though, you notice something else. For a brief moment, there's a techno signature in the air, and then it disappears. And after a while, it reappears again, same distance away, and then disappears again. And after the third time, it reappears, same distance away, and vanishes again. You get the sense that something is maintaining its distance from you. Bayer, you are able to continue through this storm without getting blown out of the sky.
Yay.
We did it.
We're just about there. Can I flip on our emergency beacon?
Certainly.
As comms might not reach, but that'll at least be a constant signal.
Yeah, we're in no danger of anybody picking up the signal from atmosphere, right? Outer atmosphere or anything?
No. But you did note that there was someone keeping pace with you in the lower atmosphere within the storm.
Keeping pace with us. Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, I definitely report those findings so everyone's aware of it. Who's foolish enough to go out into this storm besides us?
Well, very well might be. It's causing an issue at pardon me, our home base.
They don't show up on the signal after the third time.
I've lost sight of them. Are we going to get closer?
We don't want to land in home base because there's a stress signal.
Okay. So you fly in to land at the that outpost that you had set up. Give me a second.
Oh, our shuttle's Piranha.
It's the only thing of a shuttle that I have.
Okay. You would notice that the river down below is flooded quite a bit.
Down by the river.
But you all managed to land, and once you're in range, you do get a signal once you're close enough to the outpost, and they call out, "This is Outpost 01 to Galilosum. Come in, Galilosum."
It sounds awesome every time I hear someone say it.
Alright, it's fun. Together awesome. We're here. We got your message. It was kind of gargled. What's going on?
There's a lot of electrical interference, but we have a clearer signal now that you're closer. We've noticed... Oh, there's a couple things. We noticed movement on the horizon, with lights flickering. We couldn't tell from where we are who it is, but we are all scientists here with limited combat experience. There is also the fact that one of the specimens is getting too large for its container.
I was under the impression they had a containment breach.
To be fair, we didn't exactly get the clearest signal the first time. So,
Hopefully it doesn't manage to shatter the glass of its containments.
Oh god, why would she say that out loud?
And then you hear, "Update, it's gotten out of containment."
Son of a bitch. She had to say it out loud and...
please tell me that it's just, what did we name the plant?
You named
Gerald
one-
H. Fred.
Yeah, you named... Well, here's the thing. You named one poisonous plant and one not poisonous plant. Very similar names.
Oh, god damn it. No, it was... Okay, so...
You remember which is which.
I think
Hold on a second.
the one that was entered first, but the thing is, his dog can't remember it, which is why he didn't necessarily enjoy the naming convention.
Is it Fred H.
Uh,
Gerald or is it Gerald H. Fred?
Thankfully, I'm a scientist and take extensive notes. I didn't take notes on this.
Dog's
Shit,
just
what are
like,
those things?
The answer is yes.
which one is out of which
Thanks.
thing breached containment as dog is just running for the door?
Also,
Fred H. Gerald is out of containment.
Fred H. Gerald, Fred H.
Jay, I
Gerald.
sent you something in the Discord.
Oh god. I'm really hoping it's not the Moopsie.
See?
Oopsie.
It drinks your bones!
It drinks your bones.
That's like the only thing I've seen from that cartoon, but it's
Oh.
just decidedly terrifying.
Yup. It really is.
See?
And for context for Dougler, there you go. It drinks your bones.
Oh.
It's the Moopsie. It's a Star Trek monster.
Yeah.
It drinks your bones.
I just like that it's canon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified by that fact, but yeah. Alright. So dog's just... I mean, admittedly, this kind of weather's probably... At least... He's in his sealed armor. It's just normal rain. It's not like acid or molten or anything like that. So this is not the worst storm he's been in.
It
You
can't
get to
drink
do-
your bones through a sealed suit. It's fine.
So yeah, he's running for the outpost.
We have a confirmation that it's a Gerald H. Fred then. Or a Fred H. Gerald.
It's a Fred H. Gerald, not a Gerald H. Fred.
It's a Fred H. Gerald. Why the fuck do we use this naming convention?
Don't lecture me on which ones they are. I named them.
Yep. I wanted to call them danger needle plants.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the file on both and send them to everyone's data slates.
Pulling them up, I actually can't see any information on it in the thing. So imagine this.
Rindis, did you actually take notes or not take notes?
Me? Rindis? No. Rindis? Probably.
Okay.
No, I didn't take notes. I don't ever take notes. I'm really bad at this.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we rely on Dougler to take notes.
We rely on Dougler to take notes because I am not a note-taking type of RPG player. I
So
don't
the-
take notes.
the information on both. The first is the Fred H. Gerald is a large, or not large, is a small blossoming plant with grabby tendrils with roots that bore into objects as hard as stone. The Gerald H. Fred is also a blossoming plant, but is able to use little air pockets to fire poisonous barbs at something that might get too close to trample it, or
So
damage it, or pluck it.
Yeah, so
it
it's
is also the Gerald H. Fred is also one that the Miq'tions have harvested from and fermented to make some sort of inebriation thingy.
It'll get you drunk.
so this is one of those where it's the dog isn't reading this because he's just running for the outpost right now.
Rindis is paraphrasing as we run.
Okay. So as you run inside, once you run and enter, you see one of the scientists there is like, it's really grabby, and one of the Fred H. Geralds has its roots have pretty much broken through the um, the
Unit.
containment, yeah, the containment unit, and its little tentacle stymon thingy are very grabby towards people.
And
Another
it's
CC is gonna make it inside.
a dog. It's just this dog looks. Dog just breathes a sigh of relief that it's the one that doesn't shoot projectiles, and also looks over at Rindus and it goes, "Look, containment of those things, your department."
Trank gun. I hit it with the trank gun. One success. Hooray, I can shoot.
All right, you hit it with a trank gun.
Look, guys, my dice have gone up, and they're still terrible.
I'm like I'm gonna say it works. I don't know how something with no with a different
We can figure that out right now with science.
yeah
Plants have
science.
plants have vascular structures. They're just very different.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
How
like
much
how
horse
does
tranquilizer do I need to put into this giant plant?
it I'm just gonna say that's enough. It relaxes a bit, and this person is able to back away.
Okay.
It still wiggles a little bit, just more sluggishly.
I hit it again.
And given the already existing history of this, I'm guessing that our grab scientist was temporarily has been pollinated, as
Mm,
as Rindus was the first time. Got a bunch of pollen squirted on her.
um, no, it didn't have time.
Uh-huh.
But they do kind of like shake off they do shake off some goop, but it's not no actual seed pods.
It's just,
Is everybody all right?
that thing was not that big. A
You know,
week
I
ago.
often tell people that. Sorry, you were saying continue.
A week ago. That plant grows really fast.
Hmm.
A dog looks over at the natives. It's like, so what can you tell us about that plant? If there's any threat that it poses.
Who are you asking?
He's looking over at the natives because they this is their world. They may have spent more time. Any of the Miq'tions may well have more knowledge of this thing than we do because they've had generations to acquire it.
Tashra says it is not deadly.
No, just overly friendly.
It is overly friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It generally is procreates by tasting very good and being very huggy. It tries to feed you.
Mm-hmm.
So many animals will many creatures would seek it out, consume the nectar along with its seeds, and bring them elsewhere.
Huh.
It also does not discriminate.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. The discrimination is bad. Sorry, ignore me. I'm always just so fascinated to watch them in action.
Well, Some have been known to cultivate these for other purposes as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wiggles his tendrils sluggishly at the nearest person.
I shoot it again. Boy, this thing is very hardy. Can we get it back in containment?
Yes, we will prepare a larger containment immediately.
Yes, you should probably have some effective countermeasures to make sure it does not escape again, huh?
I'm surprised that this one had managed to get so large.
Yes.
It is rare for one to grow larger like that, but under the right conditions, it will.
I see. Well, as long as it behaves itself.
Usually, if nothing is plucking at it.
So they grow faster the more they're left alone?
If it is isolated and still has enough nutrients to grow, it will grow larger for longer tendrils to try and seek out potential carriers.
Bob looks over and is like, and I imagine that Rindis is going to be very eager to find the upward extent that it will.
I am just taking extensive notes. And I see that my assistant is here.
Oh, hi!
What news do you have for me? I didn't know you were planet side.
Oh, yeah, I've been here most of the time. In addition to those two specimens, we've been able to look over some of the glitterbacks that frequented the place, as well as the big toothy guys. Although there aren't quite as many as of those. We've also got reports of those big armored bugs that walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a few were wandering away from the direction of the forest that got shot.
Well, has there been any other trouble here at the outpost?
No, not yet, although,
Why would you say it like that? It's like you're inviting trouble.
well, I'm not inviting trouble. It's more that, I mean, there were just lights on the horizon. We're not sure what it is, and we don't fight, so
I've always told you to remain skeptically optimistic about all situations. Don't invite danger. Just be like, it's a new opportunity to study science.
I mean that's true.
Mm-hmm. As long as you are all being safe.
Yes.
All right. Well, how far away were these lights on the horizon?
Not for. They had gotten closer and had started keeping their distance. But there were quite a few of them. We didn't have a lot of soldiers here, just 3, so we were hoping for a little more security while we did our research.
I see.
Outside, the rain drums on the building.
Where are the security?
There is one in the storage unit. There is one recharging in the next room. and the third is currently resting for their next shift. Since they tend to cycle out. And after a moment, this door opens.
We are confident this will be enough security.
And one of their security on duty comes in and says, "Unit fully recharged."
Oh, security drones. Okay.
We also have two other from the Kimitari. No, we weren't sure. I don't think 3 is going to be able to take on as large a horde of those lights. Probably be able to keep them back with our comparative technology, so I'm not super worried, but with that, with what she says, you see that Tashra and some of her guards do go outside again.
Oh, well, I guess everyone just kind of settle in to relax. We don't have too much to worry about for now, but we should be ready for trouble.
Should probably take a peek outside just to check.
Yeah, I suppose.
Buyer, when you step outside, you see that the warriors Tashra had brought with her are spreading out, and they're not going too far from one another, but as they move, you see Tashra begins to climb one of the trees nearby. Is there anything you do, or are you just observing?
Get into the CCU and kind of trying to move there, but the CCU will move.
You should have control of it.
Do. But stop letting me move it.
Are you able to move it individually?
I can fire individually. I can rotate it.
Rotation.
Right now.
Okay, move now.
There you go. I think it was stuck on the wall. Right. As you move closer and just kind of watch out over the horizon for a little bit, you do see that there is indeed a few lights flickering in the distance, but they're all kind of spread out, and it's hard to see in the rain. In the in the downpour, but you do pick out that there are some that are showing up, some a little closer than others. Go ahead and give me an insight. Yeah, insight. No, or scrutiny. One or the other.
I will do scrutiny because that's better. 1.
All right. With scrutiny, you are able to pick up that the distance that these little flickers have with each other are quite numerous and are using the cover of the storm to shroud themselves somewhat.
Could I use sensors from the shuttle to try to identify them?
Go ahead and give me a systems check.
I have nothing to add a bonus to that, so. Is this a push thing I should push or not?
That's up to you.
Yeah, why not? Only at 2. He says foolishly. Yay, 3.
All right. With 3, you are able to pick up that there are quite a few heat signatures. Not only are there quite a few, there are quite a few. It's a lot.
Are they all coming from one direction, or are they surrounding us?
It looks like that they are moving in one direction, or have been moving in one direction. They have slowed down to a halt, and for the most part are waiting there. It is hard to tell. There are other heat signatures around, but that can be any kind of creature.
What are the colors we've been seeing of flashing lights?
They range anywhere from blues, purples, and reds.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna share this telemetry with people inside, just sending it to their comment boxes.
Byron, I believe that we're going to need to do a low pass over this and make sure it's not what I'm afraid it is.
Oh, yeah.
A moment later, Tashra comes down from the tree, says something to the one waiting at the bottom there, and with a flicker from her sails, they all begin to congregate again. And she approaches and says, "It is an army."
Yep.
An army.
That's what I was afraid of.
This is bad.
Well, about how many are we looking at here?
Fire shows the screen.
Lots?
Lots.
Many lots.
This is pretty deep inside your territory.
I was not expecting them to move quite so quickly. They must have begun. They must have begun moving immediately after their celebration, using the storm to cover. It's dangerous to travel that way, but
If it pays off, it is a surprise tactic that we would not be expecting.
We need to warn Celios.
We also need to evacuate the research center. If they decide they want to raid this area, they would not be able to fend them off.
We're gonna scuttle a lot of technology here.
Yeah, and we can't leave most of this. We can't leave behind to be captured.
Mm-hmm. Are we able to seal the facility to a point that they can't get inside? It might just be a matter of scuttling the equipment at this rate. I'm willing to take the loss of some equipment versus it falling into the wrong hands.
we might be able to do that. We can seal the doors, of course. Shutter the windows. I mean, these things were designed to be able to be weatherproof in various environments.
How well do you think it could hold against several hundred angry natives?
A while. They would have to put a lot of effort into getting through.
A risk I'm not willing to take.
Yeah. If
they want it badly enough, they'll get in.
Moreover, that kind of thing would involve us, particularly me and the security team. Because if they try to breach that, suddenly we will have to act to defend our equipment and our site and our personnel.
These landmines did we bring?
We didn't bring landmines.
Damn it. That would have made a great deterrent. It really
Can we
would
hook
have.
up the gen?
It would have after the fourth or fifth explosion. They probably wouldn't be worth their effort. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Could we perhaps hook the generators up to the outside and thinking if anybody tries, they can at least get a zap?
The structure's grounded.
So of course that would work. Damn.
Yeah, we might have to just blow the equipment.
Yeah.
If it's not usable, they won't waste their time on it.
No, the reality is they will, because that's a greater store of refined metals than you're likely to find most places on this planet.
Shit, you're right. So, scuttle the equipment, seal the doors. At least they'll be deterred long enough for us to be able to deal with it later.
Move most of the personnel out of the station into most of the personnel back to our ship. Me and security team will hold for the time being. We'll see what we can salvage on time frame. Worst comes to worst, well, worst comes to worst, we crater it. Not like we had to do with the Soul Thief, but the smaller material, something like what's on the shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
So, commence evacuation, essential samples, essential personnel.
Alright, you heard them. Okay, get everyone rounded up and onto the ship. Grab whatever is lightweight enough and essential, anything inconsequential, gather into a burn pile.
Understood. And she turns around and starts giving orders, and people begin moving back and forth. As this is going on, I would like.
You trailed off.
Yeah, what? How are you all helping with this, I guess?
Right now, Dog is just he's maintaining a secure perimeter, so he's not actually able to help a lot with moving of stuff.
Fire's got the
Other than
CCU.
directing the security drones.
Alright, Buyer with the CCU, go ahead and give me a, well, I guess it would be, operation for you instead of maneuver. You go to this building and are able to start moving supplies, to the shuttle.
I'm pretty much doing the same thing. I'm helping them download information and getting stuff into boxes and things that can be easily transported.
Alright,
Um,
go ahead and give me a maneuver for you then.
Fire does have their comm tied into the shuttle. Have we received a ping back from the Kimitari since the emergency beacon is on?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. 4 for my operation.
Okay. Scrutiny from Dog.
Scroot, scroot.
Rootin' tootin'.
Oh, he had to BRB. Never mind. Well, I mean, in that case, I guess we can pick up here in 5 to 10 minutes. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Okie day.
Alrighty.
Time.
Sounds good.
We'll be back shortly, chat. Enjoy.
Enjoy, BRB.
Hello, chat. I'm hoping everyone is doing well. We're coming back to the stream shortly. I'm going to undeafen and see if everybody else is around. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
It looks like everybody's back and Shay is settling into her chair, so we should be good to go in just a few moments. You were just a tad quiet there.
Hello, hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Perfect. Simply perfect. Alright, well, I'm going to pull us back into the scene. Whoosh, there we are.
Whoosh, there we
Okay.
are.
Whoop, there it is.
Could I get a, before I dive right back into the scene, could I get a scrutiny from Dog?
Duke.
One dog scrutiny. I really need to sink more points into this.
Okie dokie.
Hey, one's all you need.
Yep.
So, as we come back into the scene, we see Bayer and is loading up some crates with the help of a couple others, while Rindis and Kay are gathering any materials that they can from the lab and shutting down others. People are making sure that doors and windows are shuttered and sealed. And you manage to get the vast majority of actual technological pieces that should not be in the wrong hands into the shuttle and away. As that's going on, Dog, you notice a few low flickers that have grown a little closer. And it would seem that your activity has drawn a little bit of attention. A moment later, some of the other warriors return and run up to Miyoshi or I'm sorry, not Miyoshi, Dashra, and say, "There's movement closer. They are approaching." And she turns and starts giving out commands for them to get into motion. And as you all turn around on the building in the back, for those who would take a moment to look, as this group of warriors lines up, there are a few who step out, and on top of the building, there are several lights that flicker a series of reds, and they don't hide it. They are making themselves known, and there are several that drop off of the roof of this structure, and after a number of them do, they begin to approach. What are you all doing right now?
Let's move back out.
Shit. We are out of time, I think.
Alrighty, let's get the civilians away.
Okay, get
That
everyone on
grenade?
Get everybody onto the ship.
You're gonna have to get them out of here. Try to come back with some reinforcements so for us security boys.
Okay. Guys don't want to hop on?
Between people and equipment,
You're gonna need to be as light as you can. Just get out of here. And Rindis is holding her trank rifle next to Dog. We've got this.
I don't know if buyers ever let Rindis try to drive the CCU.
I don't think she would even be capable of trying.
What do all these buttons do?
I am now God. She just starts clawing into people. No, she'll just take the roof and use her trank rifle.
Okay. So, as these figures approach, Buyer, go ahead and give me another piloting check.
Okay. Two. Can I make this take off loud?
I mean,
Just for an extra, the fuck is that? We aren't okay with this to them.
you can
Zip the shuttle around and be like, I am your god. Bow and surrender.
Yeah, you
mean,
can.
come in for a strafing run? I don't know.
Yeet the grenades from the back hatch. I am an angry god.
What did you all do with the specimens, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to that later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Coincidentally, I placed them strategically directly in the square behind the leader, so they're ready to spring out at a moment's notice. No, I didn't do that.
So yes, with your twist, you can show off. So as the shuttle comes over, there is a moment where the group of them step back, and you're able to take off into the storm.
Quick question. Does the
Quick answer.
two Mixtions and Art Warriors want to come with us?
Yeah, if they want out, we should let them. We should evacuate non-combat personnel. So
Yeah, they'll go with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have Kay do two things for me.
All right.
But that kid.
So, there's a moment of tension that passes. You can see that Tashra's warriors have all drawn their weapons and have lined up with shields out, their sails extended, and they are flickering red in warning. There is a moment that passes before some of them step aside, and another one begins to walk forward. Someone who appears to be in charge with a couple of their own warriors, and they have. You see that she is holding both her arms up, carrying a series of petals, and to anyone who wants to make an insight between Dog and Rendis, you may.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
I'll insight as well. Chapow! Oh, did that not do anything? Wow, okay.
Dog actually got a success.
I'm gonna push. Chapow again. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Both of you are recognizing the gesture of someone holding out a sign of parley before any actual engagement.
Just making a note, Rindis is actually on the roof, but you know.
Bunch of tentacles wrap around Rendis.
Oh no.
This was definitely not my plan, wink.
Wink. What an unforeseen consequence.
But they both step forward. Dog, what about you? What are you doing?
At this point, Dog would he is unfortunately kind of our representative of our security branch at the moment as the ranking person present. So he probably needs to be part of any negotiations happening on station grounds. So he's going forward now. He does want his people spread into a covering pattern. Because we fight very differently and have things that go bang. I mean, hell, we've got an armored station that some of our people can probably use as a bunker.
Question for Rendis. If you're gonna be on the roof, are you trying to remain unseen?
Yes.
I need maneuver.
I'm good at those, probably.
Probably.
Oh, I got at least one.
Apparently good enough.
Good enough. I get down low.
Yep, you get down low, and you're able to watch. So there is a moment where they step forward, and you get a better look at this one in the lead. As she steps forward, she begins to take her armored helmet off, and you are able to see even just a number of scars across her face. But you see that on her helmet there is very decorative plating, and as she moves forward, she glances to Tashra and then to Dog, and her sails flicker as she begins to speak, and says, "I see some of the sky people have come to you."
Oh shit, she knows about the sky people? Over the radio.
And she steps forward and says, "And what if they have? We have their backing now, so I don't think that I don't think you should be bringing your people here. These grounds have been given leave to take up on these grounds." And she glances again over to Dog briefly and says, "Ah, that's so. Well, I look forward to meeting more of them." Dog, go ahead and give me a scrutiny since you're close enough.
Scroot. Rolling that scrutiny. Gonna push. Roll that scrutiny again. There we go.
There is a weapon tucked away at her side that she has not bothered to pull out, but you're able to get a good enough look at it that you recognize it has not been forged on this planet.
Okay. So the question is, who supplied that? We have, because it wouldn't be us. It could be pirates or Empire, and the Empire trying to use a proxy war to whittle down the numbers of the people they intend to subjugate. Admittedly, we have given knives as appropriate gifts before, so... So you have had contact with other off-worlders?
She glances to you, and gives a smile and says, "I had thought that you might know them."
So the question is, were they scruffy or wearing fancy blue uniforms?
Looking to you, she says, "Neither.
Neither.
If you do not know who they are, then I take it you are not all united either. And here, I thought that we might not be the only one given this opportunity."
Shit, is she working with the Spazzies?
No, the fancy blue uniforms would have meant Spazzies.
Not their
And the scruffy
not
would
their
have...
military uniforms, though. I mean,
What color are they?
the officers might be wearing the blue uniforms, but what were the soldiers wearing? I'm like legit trying to remember what the rank and file stormtroopers were wearing.
Armor.
Yeah, but
What color?
they weren't blue, I imagine. What were they?
Empire colors are. Let me check.
I guess that's an important question too.
Yeah.
Were these guys dressed like full stormtroopers, or was this like
You've seen some in just
Starship
like
Troopers level of like combat gear?
no, you've seen some in like full stormtrooper-esque.
Yeah,
armor.
the kind of armor that dogs rocking up in.
Right now, your sealed suit,
Yeah,
not the fatigues.
Yeah.
yeah, which... Unfortunately, the fact that you have this faceless thing with a bang stick means is less intimidating when you know that the faceless things with a bang stick are, there's multiple groups. So, but...
She looks to Tasha and says, "I think introductions are in order." And Tasha says, "I am Tashra of the tribe Tamya." And then adds, "I am the current heir to the Empire, our Empire." And the other one says, "Ah, then I am very happy to meet you, sister. I am..." Oh, let me find her again. "I am Sunchi, the current warlord of Shivak." And it's at that moment, kind of going off of who was it that had the insight?
It was... There was a net of what insight on each.
Okay. So for each of you, there is a brief moment where her sails start to turn red, and she begins to reach for a weapon, and you see several of her people behind her start to draw back some arrows into like little slings that are built into their shields.
I don't think they were happy to see us at all.
Yeah, and she says, "I don't think you'd make 3 steps." And she even steps forward a little bit, and she says, "Well, I must say I am quite honored. I had the pleasure of killing your sister. And then pauses and says, sorry, our sister. And she says, I'm. She said, there's a moment where she's nervous. She doesn't know what to say. She wants to act. You see that Tashra is very emotionally charged, but is smart enough not to act with under these conditions. I hope when we meet later that I will have the honor of killing you as well. And I hope you are as much a warrior as your sister was.
Oh, fuck.
She then glances over to the building there and then back and over to Dog. I take it you have already ransacked your own place.
We've already removed our materials, yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. Once we prove that we are capable of uniting all of our people together, we will be joining you in the sky.
Under whose auspices?
I am again surprised that you do not know one another. But I suppose if you don't, then you must have enemies? Are we not joining together as companions?
See, that depends on under whose auspices there it is. If it was in some fashion under the Empire's auspices, then there's no way they would ever let you reach for the stars. They'd simply use you and then discard you.
You would not be
If it's
allies
under,
either. Oh, sorry, I can't speak.
if
I'm
it's
not
under the Trinity's auspices, then I'm going to have some rather cross words with whoever didn't tell our team about involvement on your end. If it's under the Pirates' auspices, I do not yet know their motivations on that front. Or if it is under, or if it is under the auspices of, for example, the Rast, then matters are going to be very complicated indeed.
She kind of looks to you. It's not a look of confusion, but curiosity. She's been learning some new things just by this conversation. But she says, well, I will look into who is who then, and I appreciate the update into your people's coming. I suppose you are more varied than you initially assumed.
We are very exceptionally varied. There's multiple governments, many different peoples, spread across a long distance. It would be important, potentially for the welfare of all people of your world, to know who it is that you are aligning with, because there are factions out there that will exploit and discard you, and it would not matter who won this war. Your people would end up either exterminated or enslaved.
Well, before we even have a chance to fight back against such an enemy, our people must be under one rule.
Why can't they just form republics? Anyhow.
Regardless, my army has pushed this far. Go, tell your mother, and if if our father is still alive, tell him I will see him again soon. Oh, and I look forward to meeting the rest of our family. She turns around, and as she turns her back on them, her warriors immediately move in and start backing up, facing them, and she does the same.
Oh, that was fun.
Concerning.
Incredibly. It's going to be trouble, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it would be very easy to just deal with the problem now, but I know we're not going to.
Yeah, no, that was... If they hadn't come to parley, I would have just dropped a grenade in the middle of them. But they came to parley, and you know me and my treaties.
Well, we have to adhere to it, yes.
Yes.
Oh well, I'm coming down.
So you see Tasha kind of like moves off. Her warriors are following, even if she's not paying attention to them. But after a moment, when she gets to a place alone, there is a very upset, very angry shout as she just hurls one of her spears into a nearby tree and then goes to retrieve it.
Well, I think the first step is to get out of here.
As she returns, she says, I agree. We have to return. I have to warn my mother. Are you able to call your shuttle back?
We will try to reach Fire.
Fire, where are you at this moment?
Coming in for the bombing run against the enemy forces.
You guys said
Wait, we parlayed? Oh shit.
go up to the Kimitari and back up.
Okay,
That's the plan.
so
That's
you're out
fair.
of range.
Yeah, no, she's probably gone.
You're able to get to the Kimitari, and give a report on the situation, even if you do not know the full outcome. So, excuse me. For the sake of brevity, you all are able to collect some people and get back to the location. For those of you who had stayed, you probably have to hold up out of the weather and wait several hours before they arrive, or a few hours before they arrive.
Yep.
But when when you do, um, I'll say you're able to get everyone back. You're also able to see that there are a group of the other tribe that have been staying relatively close and just watching and observing. Some of them do kind of like prowl around the area, kind of like poking at the buildings and structure. And before retreating again.
I'm just thinking about just angry old man because I was like, "Get off my lawn!"
But the overall, you see the larger mass of soldiers have begun to move again, and it's very slow and very careful, since it is difficult to move the group in the storm. But Buyer, you're able to bring a dropship back with folks.
Where was there no fighting?
Nope. Parlay.
When you get back, there, any that were closer immediately scatter.
Kind of feel like I brought a little too many there.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we appreciate you arriving when you did.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that whatever. Oh goodness.
I guess you guys just sort of recap what happened to Buyer.
Yeah. I'll be back in a sec. I need to take some Advil. I'm starting to get a headache.
Yeah, no worries.
So,
Well, we should radio your mother right away. Says,
Yes, we're going to need to get back and report.
I agree.
I don't know if we're going to keep this landing zone or dismantle it.
They will likely keep an eye on it. If they think that you are abandoning the area, they might try to acquire something from what's left.
Yeah.
So we keep soldiers with us for the time being.
That is up to you. Even just the metals here, as pure as they are, would make good equipment if reforged, something that doesn't rust as much.
Yeah.
their army is moving, then I need to get back and I need to lead ours against them.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave a guard here. We'll take you back to the capital.
I understand it is not your war.
Well, if everything she insinuated, it might become it.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody is very interested in making it our problem.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, we'll have to do something about that. I'm not looking forward to that. So we have to figure out who it is. Put in a little call to our pirates, make sure it's not them. There were no blue uniforms among them, which they'd have sent an officer to talk about anything like that in Human Empire, rather than line infantry. But I'm beginning to think that there is a third party involved, and there's too many of those that it could be.
A
Or
third party?
someone we don't know about yet. Well, let's see. He rattles off. John can't remember the names of all of these, but these are things Dog would know. Where it's there's a group of basically just rattling off different groups that are peripheral to the Trinity. Could be News Squad, could be something News Squad. I doubt that though. Could be something Rast. Could be I doubt it is, but it could be some other Trinity group.
You have many tribes. Have you ever considered ushering them into one group?
They've tried. It generally goes absolutely horribly and ends up with a lot of dead people, and for not a lot of good reason. One of the particularly problematic groups is attempting to do exactly that, just under their auspices, and, everyone who's my species gets to be citizens and everyone else slaves in their minds, so that, not okay.
They sound like terrible people.
They are.
They are.
They absolutely are.
How long do they take slaves for?
Until the slaves die.
That
As
is-
far as they're concerned, slaves are not people.
That is not proper thraldom. You only take thralls so that they can repair the damages they've dealt.
Yeah. Our people sometimes have prisoner work programs that do a similar thing. But no, they don't take thralls. They don't take indentured servants. They take slaves. And they work them to death. They're why our people have a fleet coming into the system.
I will hope that Sanchi did not have a point with her method then. But if I am able to defeat her, I might garner some control over the tribes she has conquered.
If she's aligned with the Empire, then it becomes our war too. If she's aligned with someone else, we'll have to wait and see.
What will you do now?
Report back to our ship, try to gather information, contact what sources we have.
Then I will return home and I am going to mobilize our army.
Yes.
I hope it is not the case that you must join us on the battlefield. But in case we do, then I look forward to fighting alongside you.
Yes.
Now, can someone please fly us back?
Of course.
Fire.
Fire is going to fly them back.
Okay.
Could
So-
I do a sensor sweep as we do? Just so we get there by like, here is it? Whole numbers.
So that what?
So like, here's numbers and this is where they're coming from to the queen. So she at least
Oh. Well, let's see how well you roll.
operation.
Yes.
Two. Yep. It's kind of important. And I'm not technically breaking rules. So I'm gonna push. I broke rules.
Roll me a d6.
6. Damn it.
6. All right. Now I need to make sure I find the right page.
Oof. His wife.
Okay. I would like you to give me a resolve check now.
Okay, resolve. Okay.
Also, everybody take 1 edge.
1 edge.
On edge.
I will take
Up.
1 edge, please.
Should I roll X6 for that 1 edge?
Sure.
Don't you dare be a 1. 2. I
Okay.
found that.
All right. So, as you're moving through the storm, you have 1, 2, 3 successes. It is still a storm. There is a moment as you're flying through that there is a loud crack as lightning splits the sky and hits the shuttle. You are fortunately insulated. However, there is some obvious damaging to the systems as some emergency lights and beeping immediately comes on, and even some of the machines are like, "The fuck is that?" um, and there is a moment where you lose a bit of control of the shuttle. You are you have taken a little bit of time to try and pick up on the movement of the army, and you get enough to know that the bulk of them are moving steadily in the direction of their capital city, and it's going to be It's going to be some time before they reach that. That being said, the defending army may or may not, depending on how things go, decide to meet them in the field rather than in siege. That being said, I need you to give me another operation check as you begin to lose control of the shuttle.
Okay. So that's 6 and 1 ouch.
Yep, go ahead and roll me the d6.
So 1 ouch is a 1.
Okay, so everybody, you are starting to hit a snowball. Everybody take another edge as those alarms start blaring, and that includes you, Buyer. And the vessel starts to lose altitude. And there are emergency lights everywhere. But with as many successes as you have, you are able to correct it and the beeping stops. But there is obvious damage to the shuttle. And it's probably not going to be able to fly through this storm again.
Oh, God, that's it.
However, you are able to make it back to
That little crater right there, that's us.
mhm. You're able to smoke your way back to their capital. Once disembarked, the group of Miq'tos are immediately heading towards back towards their mountain.
So, Shay, I really, really, really hate to ask this,
Mhm.
but is the first village we visited in the path of the army?
It is now.
Kind of, yeah.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
How long do you think
We're
this
gonna
storm's
have to
gonna
start
last?
doing We're gonna have to start organizing humanitarian evacuations.
Has the storm lasted enough that I can contact the Kimatari?
You may certainly try at a -2 with a damaged shuttle
Damn it.
in a storm.
So that would be A systems.
Mhm.
I don't suppose Dr. Ridis could help me with this.
I can certainly try. It's not my field of expertise. What am I rolling, hun?
I need to know how you're assisting.
I am being directed on where to start tweaking. I am not an engineer by any means. Tell me what I need to do to help.
Okay, basically, I think if parts of the covers off on the inside and just fires having just like bridge connections at this point with
Oh yeah, she definitely skipped network administration. All right. What am I rolling, hun? I'm being walked through this to help.
Roll of systems.
Systems. Well, at least I have a base understanding of how that works. Ah,
Ah! D6.
ah.
Eh,
Ah,
Okay. So, with that, I'm going to say that you succeed at a cost.
uh-oh.
You manage to bridge these systems and find a way to boost the signal to break atmosphere. Um, what is your message?
Kimitari, this is Starlight 1. You know, the first village that we came in contact with is in danger. We are not able to get to them. We request that another pilot with our team is able to get to them to warn them about a incoming army. They may need evacuation.
Okay. So you send this out, and there's no response back, but there is the uh, but with what you did, you're fairly confident that the signal did break atmosphere. And now I feel like after that, the camera kind of pans upwards, and we see the Kimitari, and there's some activity on the surface, and we see some people getting onto a shuttle and preparing to depart. And Manon says, "Don't worry, Captain. We'll send someone out to make sure that that the crew of the Galilosum is to make sure that they are all right." And Captain Quescasanon says, "Thank you. That is all." And as she turns and the shuttle departs, the camera pans backwards, further from the Kimitari, and continues to pan further away, and we see the vessel that Rendus had been taken on board before, resting there. And as the scene cuts inside, we see that Alonso is currently resting in one in that in the vat, the two recovery tube thingy. Still appears to have some healing that needs done after being after receiving his wounds from Dog. But as this is with the mask over his face, someone else in the room says, "Sir, I have a report from you. We received a signal from the planet. And he says, put it through a mechanical voice, and Byer's words play back, and as they do, there's a moment that passes and before he says, "You may begin the operation then." And he says, "Yes, sir," and then turns and leaves the room. And I think that's where we'll call it for now.
Those sons of bitches.
God damn it.
Time to kill some spotsies.
Basically, yeah. I'm not sure Bar will go the murder route. She has yet to kill someone.
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay, hello.
Weird.
Is your character?
No.
Oh, no experience then.
Darn, I died.
My character's alive, I think.
Did
Kill
you
a rabbit.
My
play?
character's alive. Me, we're not so sure about. This headache's getting really bad.
Did you roleplay?
Yes.
Yes.
Did your character learn new information? If so, what?
Spotsies.
It's terrifying. There's a war going on. Apparently, the leader of the enemies is the daughter of the same dad as the royals.
That is true. I'm surprised none of you questioned her on that.
No, I just was like,
I
well,
really don't
fuck.
question it. It probably checks out perfectly from the way this society works.
Yeah, given that they tend to capture males.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one where it's like, we're really, like, before they could join Greater Galactic Society, they really need a Bill of Rights for their men.
Yeah. Did you deepen or rupture a bond with another character?
I think we might have just inadvertently declared war.
Pretty much. But we also, definitely got time to... Oh, I know that Rindis got to spend a short little bit of time bonding with her assistant.
Mm-hmm. That was nice.
Yeah. I'd like to see more of Rindis's assistant. We need to be in a slightly peaceful situation before this poor
She knows what she signed up for.
dog's sitting here going like, I want a vacation. This was supposed to be exciting out on the, exciting adventure out of the Outer Rim. Get me away from my depression and grief, and I'm walking into a war. Fuck.
Yeah.
Did your character edge break?
No.
Nope.
No. No,
Halfway there.
we are a little too good at actually managing our edge to edge break as much as the game seems to think people are gonna.
I don't know. You guys are close to being able to edge break after this session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next session, Dog's probably gonna end up edge breaking and just drilling an entire magazine into somebody. Again.
I don't know why, but the first image that came to me was Dog holding like an actual reading magazine and slapping someone with it, not unloading a gun.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that is a much better mental image, and it's just unloading an entire magazine into somebody. I'm sorry.
He just walks into a room, rolls up the magazine, is like, I'm so stressed! Starts throwing them around.
Drags around the rack with them.
He's got like one of those t-shirt cannons, but it's loaded with rolled up magazines. Just bum, 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 bum.
Oh, no. The porn
Shoots
is
right
mixed
as the
with
like, stop that!
the porn is mixed with the shopping mags. No.
Where did he find all of these?
Yeah.
Most of this is digital nowadays. Does he have a collection? Whose collection is this?
This is Byers' first introduction to human magazines. Getting pelted in the face by them.
What are these weird cheats? Anyway.
Turn the page, turn to the center and fold it out.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like that was a good place to pause for now.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you everybody for coming out. I am Shay Faye here on Twitch and Partyweight Games. I was your dungeon mistress, your dreamweaver, storyteller, what have you. And these are my wonderful players for this game of Change Stars, published by our very very good friend Spider Queen Long and Diesel Shot, both very good friends of ours. And these are my players. Popcorn over to players.
Hi.
I'm a player. I've been playing Buyer. I'm Pickle 3. I'll stream sometime this week when I have my AC in and I'm not melting in a pile of sweat. Popcorn over to John.
All right. Hi, I'm John, also known as Captain Carrion. Let's see. I actually have a thing to plug today. Y'all should check out Cannon Otter Studios. And its time is short, but there's another one you should check out, which is a friend of my friend Steven is working on a tabletop game called Huckleberry. And if you go to hold on, I'm pulling something up real quick. You can get a free copy of the quick play version if when it comes out. Very events. Nope, I have mislaid it. If you go through the Huckleberry Facebook page, it will take you to the You can get to the Huckleberry website and sign up for their newsletter, and then you will get a free copy of the quick play version. It's a Weird West setting. So far the system's very good. I've been participating in some of the early tests of it. And I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place, and this headache's getting really terrible. I'm gonna go. All right, Rindus.
Hi, I'm Rindis of Party Wipe Games. You can catch me here at Party Wipe Games for most of the time that we're here streaming. I also plan to stream GTA online whenever I can get around to it and not be sleepy. We hopefully will be back tomorrow for Brindlewood Bay. So stay tuned around the same time of this game for that game, and we will see how it goes. Other than that, there really isn't anything else. So y'all have a wonderful night, and we love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.